About a week ago, a new low-poly arcade fly shooter game featuring Cold War planes was released on Steam as an early access. In this video, I'll be sharing my first impressions after playing the game Aggressor. By far the highlight of the game is its instant dogfight mode. You're allowed to create matches with up to 100 allied and 100 enemy aircraft. Though my computer wasn't as powerful enough to handle that, you get a very massive and chaotic aerial battles where you have to dodge bullets just as well as air traffic. There are 8 different maps and 9 different weather conditions ranging from clear skies to thunderstorms with lightning and all that. The start altitude and the time of the day are also customizable, so you get the full experience of changing the lightning conditions in the match. I must admit that playing on dawn or dusk looked pretty phenomenal with the tracers going by and the explosions. It was like a beautiful contrast between all those lights and the sky and the terrain in the background. Although the visuals are nicely done in the game, I can't say the same about the in-battle user interface because there isn't much there. As a player, you only have a very minimalist interface containing your airspeed, altitude, throttle, thrust, and alpha angle, and that's about it. There's no map, or radar, or ammunition counter, or any labeling on the aircraft around you. The only way to detect them is by sight, and even so you need to get really close to take a look at their paint or markings to be able to distinguish between friend or foe. It's already hard during the day and pretty much impossible at night. The feature I found lacking the most was the absence of the crosshairs in the third-person view. As such, it's really hard to know where exactly the aircraft guns are pointing at until you shoot, because the camera sees the airplane at a certain angle. Though the crosshairs do appear in the HUD view. As far as the controls go, you are able to play with the keyboard, mouse, and joystick. I initially expected the controls to be similar to War Thunder, but I was disappointed to find out that the planes didn't handle quite as well. Playing with the keyboard, where the AWSD keys control the roll and pitch, was painful because precise movement of the plane just wasn't possible, and that makes aiming and tracking enemies accurately virtually impossible. By changing to mouse controls, the situation got better, but then you're unable to use the AWS keys to make small movements, as I expected, like using War Thunder's hybrid controls. Overall, I think the planes took a little bit of time to respond to the commands, but that's something you can get used to it fast. As for the joystick controls, I had no chance to test them out, so no comment on that. Gameplay wise, I thought it was challenging to visually distinguish friends from foes, and it's very hard to build situational awareness in the battles, as I mentioned, because of the lack of a mini-map or radar. But then when you do find enemies and shoot them down, it's very satisfying. The planes in the game can receive partial damage by losing ailerons, rudders, stabilizers, wingtips, and yet still continue to fly, but of course with decreased performance. There were some instances where I set enemies on fire and somehow their fuel tanks sealed because the fire stopped and they kept on flying. The explosions and the damage models are really cool, and you even get to see the pilots ejecting during the middle of the battle while their planes are falling to the ground. Apart from the instant dogfight mode, there's the game's campaign and the overkill modes, which are still under development. The campaign features a few tutorial missions and 2 branches to follow, the United States and the Soviet Union campaign, featuring 1 mission each, right now as it's still in development. They are pretty simple, as you only have to go and intercept enemy aircraft that entered the airspace. There are no characters, no world building, no briefings, no dialogue. It's not very different from the dogfight mode in terms of content, except that by completing the missions you earn experience points as well as money, which you can use to buy aircraft and special weapons. Due to the early access state of the game, the money earned in the missions available is very little compared to what you need in order to buy mid to late tier aircraft in the game, which is why I didn't manage to unlock more planes or special weapons for the making of this video. Speaking of which, here's a list of the aircraft that are to be featured in the game, as well as their real life counterparts, since you can't use the real names for legal reasons, you know. Also note that the list is not final yet, so things could change. The last mode of the game is called Overkill, which is not playable in the current version and no information is available on it. All in all, I see Aggressor as a game with a potential for expansion, but that definitely needs some improvements. To me, the most important things that need refinement are the controls, especially with the mouse, and the lack of the situational awareness in the game. If there was a minimap, or a HUD, or crosshairs, that would go a long way. Additionally, I would like to see improvements with rotating the camera under the mouse control in a way that the plane wouldn't deviate too much from its original flight path and the camera would transition back to the regular view in a more natural way. Another important feature I would like to see is the ammunition counter, though in the instant dogfight mode you can get away with infinite ammo, and you actually might need to because you can put so many enemies. I'll be following up with the developments of Aggressor and posting them in the channel. Let me know what you think of the game so far and share your experience if you already played it on Steam. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.